You actually gave our house to her. I stared at David, the keys in my hand cold as iron. David looked up calmly, a smile in his eyes full of victorious contempt. I gripped the contract, my voice low and steady. This is our house, you clearly know my name is on it. He shrugged. Legally no problem, Becca, you trusted me too much. The air felt cut with a sharp knife. All trust collapsed at that moment. A few days later I saw David anxiously flipping through papers in the office, his brow furrowed, his face pale. The deal selling the house to Amber was irreversible, and he had just tasted his own miscalculation. 2 weeks ago I was working late at the office. A colleague carefully handed me a document. Rebecca, you may want to see this. I opened the envelope and saw the house transfer papers dated 3 days ago. David transferred the house to Amber for $1. Shock came first in my heart, followed by a clear coldness. As a real estate lawyer, I knew better than anyone the legal loopholes behind this move. David thought he was smart, but he overlooked my attention to detail and professional experience. I spent 2 days reviewing all the construction documents, every page, every clause carefully. Finally, I found the key hidden clause in the contract. If the house is sold below market value within 5 years, the county assessment office will reassess and levy taxes. David sold to Amber for $1 while the market value was nearly $2,800,000. The tax liability would fall entirely on him. Even better, the clause transferred to Amber with the contract, and I needed no signature. I smiled lightly, the image of David's face shifting from contempt to doubt in my mind. I began organizing evidence, bank statements showing David used our joint account to pay for construction costs. Every single fund traceable to our marital assets. He tried to hide it, but it became my weapon. I organized every transfer, every expense, checked dates and receipts. David kept messaging, "What did you do? Answer me." I put the phone aside, focused on the county assessment website. The tax notice showed the review had started. He could not avoid it, he had to face the legal and tax consequences. I spent an entire afternoon at the office preparing the divorce property division petition, emergency injunction, and detailed construction fund records. Every page I double-checked, every piece of data accurate. When I left, David had already called 7 times and sent over 10 anxious messages. "You knew this would happen," he finally texted. I calmly got into the car, recalling the times I trusted him. 12 years of marriage shattered completely the moment the house was transferred. Back at the apartment, David was already there, restless, holding the statements. The tax alone exceeded 5 years of my income. His voice trembled. I calmly entered the door. "Code, you must bear the consequences of your choices." He followed in, pleading, "Lift the contract restriction, Becca, I will lose everything." I turned and looked at the man I once loved, now showing despair. "You lost everything the moment you decided to give the house away. You already lost." He threatened. I can say I did not know about the clause. I laughed. "You signed the contract, David. Do you think the judge will believe you did not read the documents? $2,800,000 property, you gave $1. Color drained quickly from his face. Reality completely shattered his confidence. The phone rang. I did not answer. I sat back at my desk organizing bank statements, transfers, and every construction expense. All evidence pointed to his systematic deception, every penny traceable. Marcus Chen, the forensic accountant I hired, confirmed David moved over $320,000, not including the house. He thought careful planning would escape review, but he completely failed on details. I reviewed every payment, every account flow, every signature and date on the contract. The next day I prepared 3 sets of documents personally delivered to the process server. David messaged frantically, "Can we talk? I want to make it right." I ignored him, put the office phone on silent, poured a glass of water, continued organizing documents. The county assessment office sent an email, "House review complete, tax as expected. David must pay $98,000 in transfer taxes." I contacted Amber, her voice trembling. "What should I do? David's account frozen. I have no money for tax." I explained, "The only thing you can do is sell the house, use the proceeds to pay the tax." She hesitated. "Will David be angry?" I smiled. "That is no longer his problem. He created the consequences himself." Amber understood she was just a pawn. David's recklessness made the situation completely out of control. I guided Amber to review the contract clauses, ensuring she understood her rights and obligations. David hired top lawyers, but every transfer, every asset flow was indisputable. House contract fund flow tax clause, every step of his negligence became my weapon. The court rejected his lawyer's argument the contract clause was unreasonable, it was legal, and he signed voluntarily. I personally submitted evidence to the court, every document in order, leaving no gaps. 2 weeks later, Amber sold the house at market value, paid the tax, received net proceeds, and started a new life. David's assets, mostly frozen, reputation damaged, divorce process exposed his financial manipulation. I sat in my new office, became a partner, career and life back in my control. David texted, "You ruined everything." I did not respond, just looked out at the city lights, knowing true victory belonged to me. In the end, the divorce property fairly divided, all hidden assets exposed. David had no escape. House sold to a new family, Amber started over, and I gained professional and marital freedom. Past trust betrayal turned into strength and clear judgment. I organized files, planned the future, every income, every decision safely controlled. I double-checked all financial accounts, ensured no outstanding items, every fund under my control. David could no longer interfere in my life legally, financially, or psychologically. I raised a glass in the office, celebrating new partnership. Amber also called to celebrate. She went from pawn to independent. The entire process, from house transfer to financial exposure to divorce judgment, every step calm and precise. I printed all documents, kept backups, every page a testament to victory. Now David alone, facing isolation and financial pressure, regret and helplessness making him miserable. And I, Rebecca Mitchell, not only protected my rights but established more solid career and life order. The house no longer mine, but victory was mine. Every contract, every statement, every strategy let me control the situation, ensuring justice. Past betrayal became experience, not limitation. My life clear again, every choice mine. David's arrogance completely shattered. I organized the last document, filed all evidence, every piece proving David's failure. I confirmed Amber's new account established, proceeds safely transferred. Office lights on, I sat at my desk feeling the quiet power of victory. Every decision, every operation reminding me freedom and control belonged to me. I arranged Amber to build a new account after sale, ensure funds secure. My life, wealth and decision freedom clear and inviolable. David could no longer threaten or manipulate me. I lifted my glass, lightly tapped the desk, symbolizing victory. Every contract, every bill, every strategy calm and precise. Past betrayal replaced by control and experience. I smiled, life restarted, every choice mine. From betrayal to control, from passive to active, I completed a calm and thorough settlement. I organized the last file, archived all evidence, every piece proving David's error. I confirmed Amber's new account, set sail, proceeds safe. Office lights bright, I sat feeling the calm strength of victory. Every decision, every operation reminded me freedom and control were mine.